the legal team, Geek Sensei, Raven, Sam, Mr. Blitzstick. You three, man. Yeah. You man about.
We are live, guys. It's Sam, Mr. Blitztech, and welcome to the VRising review. Yes, that's right. I've been playing this game for quite a while now, and I just got to get word out on the street that this game is most definitely awesome. If you're looking for a new action RPG kind of style, this is definitely the game for you. First off the drop, when I've been playing this game, you're going to have to try and see your way around the combat. That's one of the first things that are going to be represented in the game, and one of the things that's going to be one of the mainstay things of the game. And thank goodness it is actually pretty good. It's engaging. You have melee abilities as well as magic abilities, and that ties into the progression we'll get into later, but they just keep leveling up everything that you do. It's just very encompassing. You get more decision making on what you want to do with your combat. It's just very engaging, and that just ties back into the enemy types. Enemy types is very varied, different. You get creatures, animals, humans, vampire hunters. You get the actual shebang in this game, and that's what I quite like about it. So not only is the combat good, it's having a variation of the enemies. It's got a very Diablo style feel to it. So if you're very familiar with Diablo and those kind of games, this is definitely going to be the one for you when it comes to combat. Next up, I feel like was quite engaging for me is definitely just the building. I was not expecting to be building my own vampire home in this game. I mean, it's been a long time since I played something like The Sims, and you could just imagine in The Sims, you do the cheat code for Motherload, you get as much resources as you want, and boom, you're as out there making your own house. Here, obviously, again, like I said, the progression is very, very well timed. You know, you get things, the progression builds more, the more you want to build, the more you want to get, the more you want to get out into the world. And it's very, very nicely tied into that. And the building goes quite handy with that as well. You get materials, you start crafting new materials, you craft your own weapons, you do more things in the world. It comes back when to come to crafting and building. And it's making your own house, your own vampire home, that very big mansion you see in the movies. You get to make your own. Like, it's actually very, very sick. I spend hours building my own vampire mansion. You get loads of options to customize it and change all the things you want, how it is styled to you. Very, very sick. And you know what? I keep mentioning it, but let's just talk about the progression in this game. And it is very well done. Like I said, they give you a list of things that you need to do to progress in the world, so they unlock stuff for you. Not only that, you do get research tables that unlocks more stuff for you. The more you do, like I said, it just goes back and ties in to the more you can progress forward. But it's all up to you, to be honest, because if you want to stay with a wooden mansion, that's up to you. You just go break more wood, you come back, craft the wood, and then boom, you've got some wooden, riff-raff home. But if you do want that stone-looking mansion, castle, gloomy-ass, goth wall, you gotta break some stones, you gotta go out into the world and just do more. That goes into the boss fights. The boss also have stuff tied to them. So the more you beat bosses in this game, the more magic you get, the more stuff you can build for your house, the more stuff you can even build for yourself to make yourself that vampire god. Progression. Very, very tied into this game. Very, very well done if you ask me. And the bosses themselves are actually pretty good. They all have like a level system to them. So some might be tied to your gear. The more higher your gear is, the more you can tackle these bosses. But if you're just feeling a bit fearless, you're feeling a bit, you're feeling yourself, and you can just beat a bigger boss, go at it, because they're only going to tell you the ones that are within your gear level. They're going to tell you if they're challenging. They're going to tell you if it's, this is a peon, go take that brother out. And boom, the more bosses you beat, the more you can go and do. You might even stumble accidentally across some other bosses. And I've done that a bit, I think twice. I tried, I think I died once, beat the other one the other time, and it is just up to you. So it is pretty well done. And obviously, of course, this being a vampire game, yes, you do indeed feel like a vampire. You're going out here taking the blood of animals, or even, like I said, different very enemy types, and that can give you bonuses depending on how much blood you're sucking from said enemy type. So if you're taking it from animal, they might give you movement speed. If you're taking it from a mine worker, that might give you more resource recoup. If you're taking it from, I think, like a rogue or a warrior, you might get more HP, or even an attacking ability. Like, there's so much tied into this game. It's so sick. Talking about tied up, that's right. There is a day and night cycle. You have to go out eventually during the night, because obviously you're a vampire. But if you don't schedule your time well, the day might come and burn you alive. That's right. You can get burnt to a crisp in this game if you're not careful. You might be fighting a boss, and suddenly the dawn's about to happen, and boom, you're in the middle of a boss fight, and then you're burning to a crisp. So you got to fight those kind of things. You got to have very good time management. But I actually do like it. It gives me a sense of actually feeling like a vampire for one, and making my time more conscious of what I want to do during the day, and also during the night. Obviously, during the night, I want to go hunt, I want to go see more places, I want to go beat more bosses. During the day, if I ain't timed my thing right quite well, you can still hide it behind shadows and trees and stuff like that, so you don't get burned to a crisp. But then I want to be at home building some more stuff, trying to plan my next escapade during the night, who I'm going to beat next, what kind of resources I need next, all those kind of things. And it really, really is sick. It really does shine through. It builds the world. Like I said, there's creatures out here that just come out of nowhere and do a madness. And those are like the best things about the game. Obviously, like I said, the game is awesome, but there's like just one thing I was not expecting that I didn't find too great. And I feel like this is because there's a multiplayer level PvP, obviously section to this as well. But when you're crafting and building stuff, it has actual real world time to it. So I don't know if they're making sure players are building at the same time. If you get more powerful stuff, they're gonna make sure that it's gonna take some time to build. At my current level, I'm not very high level, but I'm enjoying my time. It doesn't take too long, maybe a couple of seconds. I'll say like 30 seconds, rare tear to build these kind of things. But I'm used to just instant gratification. When I craft something, I think the max I've waited is like 2 to 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You can see they're working their hands, and then boom, you just got this thing. But here, you're doing with ores and leather, and you're building armor and all this kind of stuff. Everything actually takes real world time, including your castle. Your castle needs actual blood to make sure it doesn't decay and become decrepit and fall apart, because again, this is all part of the game with the PvP and the PvE, and everything takes real world time. So it's tied into the world, and I can see why it's an actual function. But because it's a new kind of thing for me, and I'm like, I don't know, I wasn't expecting this too tough. It kind of griped my gears just a little bit, but it didn't take me out at all. Like I said, the guys, VRising is actually an awesome game. Awesome. Like I said, if you feel like this feels like any other kind of game you've been playing, or you're looking to just dive into a new world, if you love vampires, this actually could be the game for you. To be honest, I feel like this can be a game for most players that can dive into. If you got like a clan you want to build up, this can definitely be super sick as well, because everyone can build their own house on the same map. You go into that, you're just doing the madness. It's sick. There's co-op, there's PvP, there's just a lot going on in this game. In fact, a little bit too much, to be honest, because it's been a long time since I feel like just diving into a game and we're like, what's going to happen today? And I feel like VRising is definitely one of those games. So for me, highly recommended. VRising is definitely awesome. And I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars, to be honest. I feel like it's definitely worth it. Guys, let me know, comments down below, what you think about VRising. Have you picked it up, or are you looking to pick it up? And yeah, I'll see you on the next review. I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech. Peace out.